Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Eternals set number 76145 Eternals Aerial Assault. This has 133 pieces, 2 minifigures, and it retails for $10 in the US. This is for ages 7+, and it was released on October 1st, 2021. And it's really interesting to me because we don't get a lot of $10 LEGO sets anymore, especially not licensed. They're still common in themes like City. But I can't even remember the last time we got a $10 licensed set, and I think that this one is really cool. The exclusive minifigure here is Sprite, because each Eternal set does have an exclusive, so let's start by looking at her. Here's Sprite. Now, I love the designs for the torsos on all of these minifigures. I really like the suits. They are kind of busy with all of like the circular geometry, but I just think that they look really attractive, and I love like the metallic printing. She is molded in teal, which is an interesting color because, again, it's fairly new to LEGO. It was old. But, you know, we don't see a lot of minifigures in this color. However, I don't like her face at all. It's just the generic child face. I also really don't like her hairpiece. It doesn't look anything like her hair in the movie, which is, like, very spiky. And she does have an alternate face, which you can see back here. But again, like, Sprite from the trailers does not appear to be the kind of, like, person that gets scared very easily. So I really don't like this face. I think this is actually just Hermione's face, and it really doesn't work at all. And, you know, like, the eyebrows are a different color. But I'll save that rant for later because all of the Eternals minifigures have terrible faces for the most part. She's got these generic golden weapons. You actually get, like, multiple size in this set, and I don't know what that's all about, but each set comes with them, so I just gave them to Sprite. And my last comment about this figure is that she definitely should have had printed medium legs because she's not like an 8-year-old. She is a 13-year-old, and she's not like that short compared to the adults. So I really would have liked to see her with printed medium legs instead of the unprinted short ones. Icarus is the most common Eternal, appearing in 3 out of the 4 sets. And this is a good figure, but his design isn't my favorite in general. I just like other Eternals more than him, in terms of design at least. But I mean, it still looks really good. I love all of the gold on his body, and all of the Eternals except Sprite do have printed legs, which is really nice to see from LEGO since Marvel never gets leg printing. That being said, I know it's a lot to ask for, but arm printing would be great. Their suits in the movie are so detailed that it just looks kind of plain and unfinished to have them without arm printing. And I know that it would be an added expense, but I'll address that later on. He's got some great back printing, and he does have these orange power blasts, but I don't understand why. I mean, his power is like shooting laser beams out of his eyes. And on that note, let's go to the face. He's using like the Han Solo face, the young Han Solo face. And so it does have an angry expression, but there's no freaking like laser eyes on here. Like, that's extremely stupid to me. I mean, the man's central power is laser eyes, and you don't have them on his minifigure. Again, that's just lazy and kind of dumb. His hairpiece as well, that color is too light for his hair in the movie, and his hair does have a gray streak, so it's inaccurate too. The build for this set is a Deviant, of course. There's a lot of Deviants across these sets, and I can identify some of them from the trailers, but I don't really know which this one is supposed to be. From the box art, it looks like this Deviant attacks when they're in like the Indian setting, so we haven't seen a lot of that in the trailers, so I don't know, you know, what it's going to look like in the movie. But I really like this LEGO build. The color scheme is definitely a bit of a mishmash, because you've got dark red, dark blue, gold, teal, and then like this like satin transparent black. But I do think it works. Like, those are their colors in the movie. They're obviously blended together better in the movie, but I don't think it looks bad in LEGO. The only parts I don't like are the light gray joints, but I mean, that's kind of unavoidable. So let's just like show you guys the back really quickly, I guess. But this thing is it's a very weird build. So right off the bat, the first thing I want to talk about are that the legs are offset. Like, you'll notice that down here, the body is only one stud like wide. So you have like one leg, the right leg, sorry, but to our left, this leg is set like a plate back than the other leg. So that's really interesting. It just gives it kind of an interesting stance. And down here, the feet are kind of built like one of those Marvel mechs. And the legs are built kind of normal, like just like how you'd see on any larger animal. And you do have these barbs back here. I don't really know what, those are supposed to be for. And then you do have stickers all over this whole thing. There's a lot of stickers in these sets. That also kind of annoys me. I wish that some of these had been printed. Like, this slope could have been printed because it appears 3 times across this one Deviant, and I'm sure they could have used it on others. But again, that's not like the end of the world. The arms are interesting builds too. So they're just kind of on these little Nexonites, like toe ball with bar pieces. And so that does give them an interesting range of motion. Like, they move a lot more at the shoulder than other Lego arms. And then they only have like an elbow joint, and then you can kind of turn these Wolverine claws. And I never really know how to position this guy's hands. Like, I don't know, like, I just kind of have him being like, look, like there, he's drumming his fingers together. But I really like don't know how to position it to make it look good. The head is built on this droid body. There is some like built up detail down there. And again, I don't really know what it's going for. Like, it kind of looks like a wolf almost to me, like with these kind of like big ears. This piece is printed, these eyes, that does appear across several Deviants. I think on like almost every single one of the Deviants that print is used. Or sorry, it might be a different print, but that is a print. So that's nice. But yeah, this head can't rotate from side to side. It can only go up and down. And I do wish that it could rotate a bit because I want it to be able to look off to the side. As for the wings, they're attached up here on these little 1x1 plates with the bar, so you can kind of move them up and down, which is nice. You've also got a little tail back here, which I think is really funny, but that can't really be articulated. You can only like move it side to side, but not up and down or anything. But the wings look really good. I love these like satin transparent black pieces. They're gorgeous. I just really love all of Lego's satin colors. And you can create like some nice poses. You can put them pretty far back. Like I said, you can raise them up and down. So you can actually like make these flap if you want to. The one thing is that these are kind of a pain to build because they're on long rubbery poles, not axles. And so like you can adjust them slightly, but it's kind of just annoying to line them all up. Like building each of the wings like probably took me like 20 minutes, which is a lot for a set of this size, but the finished effect is really, really nice. And again, you can kind of like splay them out a bit to make it look like it's in motion. And I think that that's a really great look. There's a great selection of extra pieces for a set of this size. We've got an extra like trans black sword, 2 size. So again, like one of them isn't really supposed to be an extra. Same with the 1 power blast. Like those are official extra weapons. But then we also have a Wolverine claw and this rod. So, I mean, it's a great selection. The box for this set is a typical $10 box size. It's such a throwback to see like a box this small. Again, I can't remember the last time we got like a $10 Marvel set. And I love the box art for these sets. Again, from the background, it looks like they're in the Indian location. I don't think it's actually India. Might just be like ancient Mesopotamia or something. But you can see Sprite's powers are tried to be portrayed on the box, but she has illusion powers, so it's not really easy to do in Lego. Which I guess it's good that she comes in the smallest set, because then you can just buy a bunch of this if you want to have a lot of Sprite minifigures to recreate her illusions. But I really love the little Eternals logo. I like, you know, all of the colors, all of the designs, and then you've got all the Eternals in the corner, although they are like concept art drawings, so I think they look kind of weird, but you can see how inaccurate Sprite's hair is right there, and her face. It's really, really annoying to me. And her hair is even spikier than that in the movie. And there's Sprite on top. I love the side art too with the Lego versions of the characters. That's fantastic. And then at the back, you just have them fighting the Deviant. The instruction manual is pretty small and cute, and at the back you do have an ad for some Marvel sets, but not the Eternals ones. You've got the Summer 2020 ones, and then, oh, actually, sorry, those are the Winter 2020 ones too. Wow. These are like old sets to be advertising, but I guess that makes sense because these were supposed to come out in October of 2020. So overall, I think that this is a pretty decent set. It's definitely worth the $10. 2 minifigures and a build of this size and 133 pieces. That's a pretty fantastic deal. I'm definitely going to be buying more of these. However, the problems that I have with the other Eternal sets do extend to this one as well. The minifigures just aren't very good. The torso prints and leg prints are fantastic. That is the case across this entire theme. But for like 7 out of the 10 minifigures, they're absolute garbage from the neck up. And that's definitely the case here. inaccurate hair colors, inaccurate like hairstyles, inaccurate faces. Like Icarus's powers aren't even portrayed on his minifigure. Like that's beyond stupid to me. Like I get that LEGO doesn't have the budget to give everyone a new face, which is also kind of stupid to me. In my opinion, the Marvel sets should have a higher budget and then we'd be able to get stuff like proper minifigures with good faces, but then reuse a Superman face. Like at least it has the laser eyes, right? So I don't know. Like I'm really, really bothered by the fact that like Icarus and Circe are the main characters of Eternals. And so one of the two main characters out of 10 doesn't even have his powers portrayed on his minifigure. That's just stupid. And it's really annoying to me, right? Because they show on the box, they show like laser beams coming out of his eyes. And I'm like, I know, you know, play's all about imagination, but I want to be able to see the laser eyes on his face and not just pretend like they're there. So I still think it's worth it. I still think you should get it. Sprite is like not a great minifigure in my opinion, but get her and then use her as a base, like customize on her. I'm definitely going to try out some different faces and hairstyles on most of these Eternals figures. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.